Story 10. The Big Water Catastrophe. People started living their normal life outside the ark. They still did not believe that water catastrophe will happen. Instead, they laughed out loud. But they all had to lock up their laughter very soon. All of a sudden, water started pouring down from the sky. Can you imagine how it would be if someone pours water in buckets from the sky? The sky started pouring enormously like that. Everything happened as Noah supposed and said to others. But no one else was able to enter inside the ark. Yes, they lost their time and chance, and Lord Jehovah closed the door of the ark firmly. Quickly, the lowlands submerged fully under the flood water. Water started pouring like big rivers. Trees were completely tilted and uprooted, and even big rocks were washed over by the water. A big sound was heard at the time. People were frightened by hearing that sound and started climbing heights on high lands. People regretted not hearing Noah's suggestion to get into and live safely inside the ark. But it was already late. They cannot correct their fault at this instant, isn't it? The water level started increasing rapidly. For nearly 40 days, water was pouring down the sky all through days and nights. Water even rose near the mountain sides, and very fast water level enclosed even big mountains. Finally, as God said, people and animals that refused to enter the ark died, and those who obeyed his words and got into the ark survived. Noah and his sons had built the ark so excellently. Water raised the ark, and the ark started floating on the flood water. One fine day, the downpour of water stopped and sun started glittering on the earth. Can you imagine? How did the earth look like? Yes, earth seemed to be like surrounded by a big river, and nothing was visible on the earth except for the Noah's ark that was floating on the water. Now, there were no demons, and there will be no trouble caused to people out of the demons as them, their mothers, and others. Such dreadful people were killed in this flood. But what about the fathers of those demons? Do you remember who the fathers of those demons were? They were the messengers who came down to earth from the heaven. Hence, they did not die as others did in this water uphill. Instead, they left their earthly body here and they went back to the heaven. But God did not let them to be his messengers as before. So, they became the messengers of Satans. They are known as devils in the Bible. God made airflow on the earth, and all the flood water started getting dried slowly. After 5 months of time, the ark reached the peak of a mountain. As days passed by, the people inside the ark were able to view peak of the mountain and also the world outside. The water level started becoming low. Later, Noah let a raven fly outside the ark as it did not get a better place to live. Every time it was left to fly, it did the same and came back to sit on the ark. In order to know if all the water has dried on the earth. Noah then let a pigeon to fly outside the ark. But the pigeon also came back to the ark, since the pigeon also did not have a place to live. When Noah let the pigeon fly for the second time, it brought back an olive leaf with it. Seeing the olive leaf, Noah understood that the flood water must have rained. When Noah let the pigeon fly for the third time, the pigeon did not return at all, which made Noah conclude that the pigeon must have found a dry place for it to live. Now, God spoke to Noah, "Get down from the ark, take all your family members and animals with you," said the Lord to Noah. They were inside the ark for more than a year. Just imagine how excited they would have been being alive and to live back on this earth.